What's up, everybody? Haven't done one of these in a while. Got a new phone, so this whole setup is all weird. It's positioned weird. I gotta fix that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about Doctor Who today. Not really a review, not really nothing specifically about this season, though I am caught up except for yesterday's episode. There should have been a new episode that came out yesterday, so I'm caught up on all that stuff. But more than anything, I wanted to talk about kind of the temperature of Doctor Who. I wanted to see who's still out there watching, why you're watching, why you're not watching, and kind of go from there. Because I've been thinking about it a little bit more and more lately. I watched a couple of episodes yesterday with my kids before the Super Bowl. So it kind of got me thinking about why there are less people watching, even from Capaldi, I think, forward, but especially this season, because I can't, and maybe it is, but I can't bring myself to believe that it's just because Jodie Whittaker is a female, and maybe it is, who knows, I don't know, but I am very, very easy to appease. I'm very, very easy to, I like pretty much everything. I like Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. I think she's doing just fine. I've enjoyed the seasons. I liked Peter Capaldi. My favorite Doctor, and I've probably mentioned this on the podcast before, I'm sure I have, is Matt Smith, because that's the Doctor that kind of introduced me to Doctor Who the second go around. I wish that there were more Chris Eccleston episodes, because I think he's a great Doctor as well. Of course, David Tennant was amazing. I mean, there's a list of people who we all know are just kind of beyond good as the Doctor. I think Capaldi was coming into his own a little bit more in that last season, and it was kind of sad that he got he left. He didn't get fired or anything. He left of his own accord. He said it was just time for him to do something else and for a different person to come and take over the role. I think Jodie's doing just fine right now. I don't think she's quite found herself as the Doctor yet, but that comes with time. That's understandable. Like I said, more than anything, I wanted to get a feeling for what's going on out there. Maybe you guys don't like her because she's a female, which is pretty lame. But maybe that's the feeling. I don't know. I've been more. The reason I brought up that I've watched them before is because, or that I watched them last night, is because I noticed that Tennant and Smith brought kind of a youthful vigor, a little bit more spunk than we've gotten in the last two Doctors, in my opinion. I don't think Jodie's quite as quirky, quite as out there as the other two. I just don't see it in her, and that for me means more than anything else. I could give a crap whether she's a female or not. The Doctor's an alien from a different planet, so who the heck knows? That can regenerate, countless amounts of times. So that doesn't bother me at all. It's that I just think that Smith and Tennant and Chris, for the small amount of time he was on there, just brought a whole. They made the Doctor them, like that. They were that personified. Where I think Jodie is still figuring out who that is, and in my opinion, that might be, if I were to say, okay, I'm not going to watch this season anymore, that would be the reason for me. Even though I am going to watch it. I'm going to finish it, and I'm going to continue to watch Doctor Who because I'm a fan. But that would be the reason, is I just don't think Jodie, in my opinion, has captured that kind of Doctor Who spunk and quirky vigor yet. And some of that might be because of her companions. There's a big group of companions in these last two seasons, and they're fine. They're not bad. They're just not. There's not a connection, and that was. I think we've talked about this on the show before, but that was my fear, is that switching the roles, or going to the next Doctor, there wouldn't be that connection because we're getting a brand new doctor and a brand new set of companions, where usually, for the most part of what I've seen, there was a little bit of carryover always. There was a little bit of Rose Tyler here and there before they met up with, whoever. There was Martha Jones and there was, Donna. They overlapped, and it gave me the opportunity to meet somebody new while I still had, my trusted people that I really enjoyed, and we could transition over. And I missed that here. And so again, maybe another reason why people aren't watching. There's something missing, and I think that's what prompted me to do this video. There's just something missing from these last 2 seasons, and it has nothing to do with Jodie Whittaker being a female. It has everything to do, I think, with her just not finding the character yet. And I wanted to see what you guys thought. For me, Tom Baker was that guy. I have not seen every episode and every season of the classic Doctor Who. I've made myself I've made a pretty big dent in them. But Tom Baker was that guy. There's obviously some in the classics that were quirky and weird. I just think Tom Baker filled that role perfectly. If I remember correctly, he was the longest of the classic Doctors to kind of have the role, and he was weird, and he had his look, and he knew he was the Doctor, and he knew that role perfectly, and I think, in my opinion, he was the best of the classic Doctors because of that, because he took the ever-evolving alien that is the Doctor, and you knew he was the Doctor. Where, if you're not caught up with this season, we just met another Doctor, another female African-American Doctor, who, and maybe yesterday's episode solved it a little bit, but we don't know where she is in the timeline, because her and Jodie just met and they don't remember each other. So the new Doctor, the new female, thinks that she happens after Jodie. After Jodie? I think so, because she doesn't remember Jodie. And Jodie thinks that she must have happened beforehand, but she doesn't believe that she's the Doctor because she doesn't remember her either. And so there's this kind of struggle, but I really like this new girl because she's the same. I didn't need time for her to tell me who she was and be strong and be the Doctor. I felt it, and I believed her when she said it. And I'm trying to get a feel, and I'm gonna wrap this up. It's been 8 minutes or so I don't want to rant too much. But I really like this new lady. I don't think that it's going to be a long-term thing. Who knows? Maybe it is. Maybe Jodie will turn into this lady. But that's kind of yet to be seen. Again, it may have been kind of a little bit answered yesterday. I don't know. I wasn't watching. But there might not even been a new one, actually, because of the Super Bowl. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know if you're still watching. Let me know why you're still watching, if you're watching. Or if you're not watching, I want to know, if it's because Jodie's a female and you don't think that there should be a female Doctor. I want to know. I don't want to debate it, but I mean, you're fine to have your opinion. It is what it is. I just want to kind of get the feel for where your temperature is at. There is a ton of episodes to kind of burn through if you're new to Doctor Who, and so sometimes that can be a little daunting. I binge pretty much everything and kind of have that addictive personality when it comes to stuff like this. We've literally watched almost 30 seasons of Survivor from the beginning, so that's just kind of who I am, and so none of that stuff really gets to me. If there's a lot to be watched, then I'll watch them if I can. But like I said, wrapping up, let me know what you guys are thinking. Are you excited for what's to come? Are you not excited? Jodie's already said she's going to be back for the next season, which is cool. I think the last few, there has been an average of about 3 seasons per Doctor. I think Matt Smith may have had one more season, but I'd have to look back on that really quick. But let me know what you think. Let me know if you're still watching. Let me know if you're excited for it to move away from Jodie, or if you liked Peter Capaldi, or who your favorite Doctor was. whether it was classic or the modern version. Let me know. Like I said, I got to watching it yesterday, and I felt a little bit more feeling, and even from the beginning, and maybe it's because I've seen them and we're on to somebody else, so it was a little bit of nostalgia mixed in there. But let me know. Like I said, I'm curious and I want to know. And if you have any other feedback in there, throw it out there. I'd love to read it or see it. But hopefully you guys are watching. Hopefully, in my opinion, I hope that Doctor Who is around for a long time still. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy that it's still here. Hopefully you guys are too. If you're new, maybe you take the challenge and start with Christopher Eccleston, and obviously the modern era. I think it was 2005. Start there and go forward. I think you'll see what I'm talking about with David and Matt. If you start with the classics, I think you're going to get a little bit more of a subdued Doctor than what's coming out now. But I've rambled on for long enough. Hopefully you guys are having a great day, and I will see you guys later. Bye.